quickly now, what I'm going to do with you is that we need to explain how balancing. Let me start first with how hearing takes place. Because in the exam, you can be asked to explain how hearing takes place. Number one, we need to know the structures which are involved in hearing. So now, the structures which are involved in hearing are the pinna, the auditory canal, and then from there it will be the three ossicles, the oval window, and then from there it will be what? The cochlea. So now, this cochlea is called an uncoiled cochlea. It is still the same as the coiled one, but here the cochlea has been done what? Has been stretched so that you can see is three cavities or is three canals. So here we do have what? We do have our organ of what? Of Corti, which is the receptor that plays a role in converting sound stimulus into an impulse. So now let me just quickly explain how hearing takes place. Number one, the pinna traps the sound waves from the environment and directs the sound waves into what? Into the auditory canal, which is our numbered 2. From the auditory canal, the sound waves will strike what? The tympanic membrane. So now the tympanic membrane will vibrate. So now it will pass its vibrations to the hammer. The hammer will take the vibrations to the anvil. The anvil will take the vibrations to the stirrup. And then the stirrup will take the vibrations to the oval window. From the oval window, the vibrations will now move into where? Into the inner ear. Where in the inner ear? In the structure which is called what? The cochlea. So now the cochlea is found where? In the middle canal, which is called the scala media. In the cochlea here, we do have the hair cells of what? Of the organ of Corti. These hair cells of the organ of Corti convert what? A sound stimulus into what? Into an impulse. So now the impulse will be taken by what? By the auditory nerve to where? To the brain, and then hearing will do what? Will take place. Just for interest's sake, what you need to know is that, okay, the sound waves, after moving from where? From the oval window, will get into where? Into the scala vestibuli. Remember here there is a fluid which is called what? The perilymph. Here, some of the sound waves or the pressure waves will move along the cochlea, and then they will die when they arrive here at the round window. But some of the pressure waves or the sound waves or the vibrations will move across what? Across the scala vestibuli to the scala media, and then here the pressure waves are going to do what? To stimulate the hair cells of what? Of the organ of Corti. The hair cells of the organ of Corti, when stimulated, they will convert that stimulus into what? Into an impulse. The impulse will then go to where? To the brain via what? Auditory nerve. And then the interpretation of hearing will do what? Will take place. But I don't want to go deep into how hearing takes place here with regard to the functioning of the different canal, the scala vestibuli, its membranes, and so on. Just to make things to be easier, it's for you to know that when the sound waves move from where? From the oval window, they get into where? Into the cochlea. In the cochlea, we do get the hair cells of the organ of Corti, which convert a sound stimulus into an impulse. The impulse will be taken by the auditory nerve to where? To the brain. Which part of the brain? The cerebrum. And then hearing will do what? Will take place. So now we said that an ear doesn't only play a role in hearing. We said it also plays a role in maintaining balance. When I talked about hearing, I never referred or talked about the semicircular canals, the utriculars, and the circulars. The reason why I didn't talk about the three structures of the inner ear is that they've got nothing to do with what? With hearing. They play a role in doing what? In maintaining balance. So now I'll start first by about what? About the receptors which are found where? Which are found in the three semicircular canals, which are called the cristae, and then singular, it's a what? It's a crista. This crista plays a role in registering the movement of what? Of the head. So now let me just explain how a crista plays a role in registering the movement of what? Of the head. Okay, remember when I started, I said inside the three semicircular canal, there is a fluid which is called what? The endolymph. Let me say that a person wants to move his head to where? To the left. What is going to happen there is that the endolymph inside the three semicircular canal will do what? Will move in the opposite direction. That is, the endolymph will move to the right. When the endolymph moves to the right, it causes this jelly to do what? To be deflected. So now mean that the jelly will also move to where? To the right. So now the movement of the jelly to the right stimulates the sensory hair cells. So now when the sensory hair cells get stimulated, it is by that time a stimulus is converted into an impulse. So now the impulse will then be taken by what? By the vestibular nerve that joins with the cochlear nerve to form the auditory nerve. So the auditory nerve will take the impulses to the cerebrum and then to the cerebellum. To the cerebellum, and then balance will be done. What will be maintained?